Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dante Fortson here with my top five badasses in the Bible. This top five is the new section where I answer a bunch of questions you probably don't know that I get, or probably think I didn't get, or however you want to say that. So, before I get started, make sure you subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and click the notification bell so you get notified every single time I put out new content. And as always, please share. All right, today's top five is brought to you by Ultimate Bible Companions, lined and dotted notebooks for Bible study. There are charts, weights, times, links, maps, and more. I try to throw a bunch of stuff in there you won't find in your average study Bible. This is available on Amazon.com and Barnes and Noble. All right, so number five on the list is Abraham. I put him on the list because if you go to Genesis, around chapter 14ish, Lot gets kidnapped. This is during the War of the Kings. Lot gets kidnapped and carried off. So Abraham grabs all his servants together and they go and they rescue Lot. So that's why Abraham makes the list at number five. He did have trained servants. So I'm not sure if that meant that they were like all warriors, but these guys were prepared to fight. So Abraham for getting his nephew Lot out of his kidnap situation. Number four, Samson. Now Samson makes the list at number four because Samson was a judge of Israel, but he had a weakness, and that was women of other tribes that were not Israel. And one of these women had Samson basically, well, they cut off his hair, which stripped his power, and they had him bound and his eyes put out. And so Samson, as a last ditch effort, when they were all mocking him in this temple where they were, he prayed. God gave him strength one last time. He knocked down the pillars and killed everybody in a mass murder suicide situation. So Samson makes it at number four because he took out a whole lot of people throughout his entire career. Number three, Simeon and Levi. They made the list because Simeon and Levi got revenge on their sister's rapist. Their sister Dinah was raped by the king of Shechem. And when Simeon and Levi found out, they tricked all the men in Shechem into thinking that they were going to give them their women. And so in order to do that, they had to be circumcised. So the men circumcised themselves. And because there was no anesthesia like there is today, they all got drunk. So now they're drunk and they're circumcised. And Simeon and Levi went in and killed every man in the city, including the king, as revenge on for their sister being raped. So Simeon and Levi make number three on my list. Number two, Joshua and Caleb. In Numbers chapter 13, after Joshua and Caleb and the other 10 spies were sent into the promised land, the only two that still wanted to go back into the promised land after seeing the Nephilim, the giants, the sons of Anak, the only two that wanted to go back in were Joshua and Caleb. They were the only two willing to go fight giants. And so later on, Joshua and Caleb end up leading Israel back into the promised land to take out the giants and subdue the promised land for themselves, for Israel. All right. And finally, my number one on the list is David, King David. King David was a kid taking lunch to his brothers, and there was a giant that needed to be killed. So he did it. Not only did David kill Goliath, but there are little nuances to the story that if you're not familiar with the entire Old Testament, that you won't catch it. David picked up 5 smooth stones in the story. Well, if you read through the story, Goliath is one giant, and later on, you find out he has 4 brothers. So there's that little show of faith that David had, that David probably had knowledge of the 4 brothers, but David picked up those 5 stones. And many people believe it symbolizes his faith that he only needed 1 stone per brother to take out all of the giants. So David definitely gets number 1 for that. And then you have the song, Saul killed his thousands, but David killed his 10,000s. So David was a pretty bad dude. So for those who want to support, patreon.com/Dante Fortson. I also have Cash App. You can support through hashtag BHITB. And also I have PayPal, and there are links in the description to different ways you can support. And if you do not have it financially, a share or a prayer is always needed. And as always, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the thumbs up button, click the notification bell. And with that said, until next time, I'm out.